All right.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Hey, man. Good to see you. Good to see all you
well.
people.
You as well.
We decided to do it early tonight because I don't have offspring or wife in the house, so
Excellent. And it's
I won't be interrupted.
It's not already past my old guy bedtime by the time we start, so that's
but you'll be up at like 2:30 in the morning anyway.
This morning I was up at 3 a.m.
Man.
and the old gears started churning. And
nice.
Yeah, it was just fuck it. Get up and watch the news, swear at the TV. I don't know. Is that an old guy thing?
Why do you do that to yourself? Watch the mainstream news.
I can't not do it. It's like I'm that guy that sits in a restaurant or a bar or whatever. Not a bar. I never go to bars anymore. Pubs, maybe. And I've got to have my back against the wall. I gotta see. I'm that guy. I'm not a herd guy, but I need to know where everybody in the fucking herd is. Right?
Fair enough. Yeah, like, and you're the type of guy who sits with his back to the wall and viewing with
scowls
full line
at
of sight to the entrance. Well, and scowl. I just posted that I understand why my dad mean mugs everyone that pulls into his fucking block, because it's just like, I don't trust you fuckers. Like, what are you doing? Why are you slowing down in front of my house? Like, leave me alone.
No kidding.
Anyway.
Yep. You betcha.
So we don't have a guest tonight.
No, it's a bit different, hey? We haven't done this in a long time, just a kind of a bullshit session. Sean, you're muted, buddy.
How about now?
That's better.
I bought my fucking mic cord, this piece of shit. Anyway, no, what I was saying is we needed this because we've had a lot of guests the last few months, right?
Yeah.
Even going back to the gunning around days, we've had a lot of guests, and
we have. And you know what? There's a lot of that had to be done too. Like take for instance your build. We had some very charitable guys, very, very, very generous people contribute to your build. And we had to do them a service and get them on and pay sort of homage to them for that, for their generosity.
Well, for sure. The least we can do is have them on and talk about what they do. And I don't know if you guys have seen that build, but holy Jesus Christ, that thing is beyond my expectations. I knew I was getting a gun, but I didn't know it would be that gun.
I was hoping what's that stupid Tiger Guy movie that came out there that everybody was talking about that I have.
You mean Tiger King, the best television show? And by the way, fuck Carol Baskin. She killed her husband, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't care. That's a good example of me and the herd.
The herd.
Yeah, because the herd watched it, I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, fair enough. Honestly, it was on during my reloading spree there when I was doing 2,000, 5,000 rounds, whatever it was at 223. And I was just like, Sarah was watching, and I'm like, God, this is a train wreck. I can't not stop watching this. So,
is that right?
Jesse DePlani, that bitch, Carol Baskin. What a bitch. What a bitch. I'd use another term, but anyway.
So Karen Baskin, I'm assuming that's the
Carol
Tiger
Carol
King's
Baskin.
Carol, whatever.
Carol Baskin.
You know who I'm talking about. What? So that was the Tiger King's wife or mistress? Or
no. The Tiger King is gayer than a rainbow.
Oh.
Let's put it that way. Okay. And he has or had multiple husbands. Okay, like polyamory. Yeah, good for him, by the way. But also, there's a rival zoo in, I think, Florida. I can't remember.
Oh, the zoo wars.
But yeah, like legit. Like they all want to put each other out of business. And this Carol Baskin owns a tiger rescue and hates the way this guy treats his animals. And they all treat him like dog shit. It's fucking hilarious. But actually, it's not hilarious. It's sad. I should say that. It's fucking brutal for those animals because they should not be caged up in a fucking, Virginia or whatever it is, West Virginia Zoo or Oklahoma. The ones in Oklahoma, the others in Florida. Anyway, the ones they.
If God didn't mean them or make them to be caged up, they would have made them able to eat us.
Well, and
wait.
They do. And there's multiple instances where they attack their handlers, and actually one girl loses a goddamn arm on air or on the show. Like, it's unreal. Anyway. But yeah, I highly recommend it because it's a goddamn train wreck and it's just pure utter chaos. And this Carol Baskin bitch who wants to shut down the gay dudes zoo, and she like takes him to court, and he ends up hiring some. Anyway, I'm not gonna fucking spoil it. Go watch it. It's fun. So
all right,
yeah. So Curt,
yeah,
what have we been up to? What have you been up to? The last 6 months, let's say.
Holy 6 months.
Yeah.
In terms of firearms or all around?
Everything. Tell us about yourself.
Good Lord. Well, I'm a recovering... No. You know what? This whole COVID thing has really thrown a wrench into things. I'm sure I'm not alone out there. Everybody's experiencing this shit. It was weird. The company that I worked for the last couple of years, we went through, we were slow through the winter, and then COVID lockdown started, and it got weirder and slower. And, I had to
and construction in Saskatchewan went to tits for the last, since Trudeau got in, right?
Yep, for sure. I don't know. Slow got slower, and ended up out of a job. I'm back in construction again now. I just got asked today to be the general manager for this company. So
my goodness.
Yeah.
Way to fucking go, buddy. 2
weeks on the job and I get this. So it's I guess I better step up.
You're working for an outfit now closer to us, or closer to me, right?
Well, no. They're from around here, but we're doing a job down north of town there for sure.
Oh, okay, so they are in Saskatoon. Right on.
You betcha. So
cool.
Yeah, that's been pretty good. In terms of firearms and that, it's been a little bit slow. I've been wrestling with the 6.5 Rooster, trying to sort it out. I finally got a proper forming die and final sizing die. Finally, yeah. It's been an arduous process.
What's it been,
for sure.
3 fucking years?
In total, yes, and gone through a couple different vendors for the equipment that I need. So it's been frustrating. Finally, the fellow that I have commissioned to do dies for me now is coming through. I know he's busy and got other irons in the fire, and that I don't want to mash him too hard, and I do want to thank him for the excellent product that he did put out.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
It's, that's one thing about this fella. He does really beautiful work. I used to be a machinist years ago, so I have a special appreciation for this kind of thing, and his work is amazing. Nice. Absolutely beautiful. It's flawless, really.
Well, I would hope so, considering it took so long. But regardless,
you know what? Life stuff happens to all of us.
For
and
sure.
I know he went through a few things too, so I wasn't too hard on him. And
life
we all have to, absolutely. And you know what? Me getting like I managed to do things for my Wildcat. How do I say, in a farmer sort of way, but it worked, and I got ammunition, fireable ammunition for my rifles, doing it that way. And like, I still have people, friends that are still machinists, so I call in favors here every once in a while, and got something to work and whatever. It's
sweet.
Me me not having the proper equipment didn't change my life.
No.
And for me to bug the piss out of somebody whose life is maybe going through some turmoil,
Yeah.
that wouldn't make me feel good either. So piss off.
No, everyone goes through shit. We've all gone
Absolutely.
through shit.
Absolutely.
We're still going through shit.
We're still going through shit.
Yeah, like
you betcha.
Well, that's cool. So for the uneducated, what is the 6'5"?
You got to stop saying that. Uneducated, uninitiated, maybe.
No, like
we don't want to call anybody dumb.
Okay, well, no, I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, that's okay for you and me to say to each other.
I guess, but like for people new to the wildcatting world, what is the 6'5" rooster? I don't think we've ever really gone over that. I think we did on the gunning around days a little bit, but let's dive into it here.
Well, the 6'5" rooster is it's an idea. Oh, sorry about that. It's an idea that I came up with.
I'm just kidding.
It's my daughter. Back off.
Oh, that's okay. That's
my girl. That's my baby. It's an idea that I came up with. Like I went through standard 260, which was a fantastic rifle. It was a Krieger barrel on a surgeon action, and oh my god, that thing shot like crazy. And it was with that I fell in love with the 6.5 caliber. After that, after that I had the 260 Ackley, and it was a bit of a rock star. That thing hammered like crazy. And this idea that I had, especially when the 6.5 Creedmoor came along, and again, I'm not the herd guy. Everybody was going to the 6.5 Creedmoor. It was the best thing ever, and the herd was just mooing like wild. And I'm like, I got to come up with something a little better than the 6.5 Creedmoor. So what I did, I was really a fan of the 260 and the 260 Ackley. And people always complained, the naysayers, and especially the 6.5 Creedmoor bandwagon guys.
Yeah.
Is the 6.5 Rooster more accurate after sunrise? Yes, just as long as it's had a piss first. The 6.5 Creedmoor guys, the 6.5x47 guys, all complain about the 260. Probably none of them have ever owned a 260, or very few. But it's too long, and in order to shoot the long 140 plus grain bullets, it won't work in a short action. So that's a problem, feeding and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like, well, I never really had that problem. I shot 142 grain Match Kings through my 260, and I could jump those suckers a long way. Like the throat eroded to, I don't know, 100 thou beyond what it was when it was chambered, and I could still hit a 4-inch fucking plate at 800 yards. So not like not every time I demanded,
but still,
that thing did amazing things for me. So I had a 284, which I also loved like crazy, and that case,
you just sold that, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
You bet, to a fella in Regina there.
That's right.
Yeah. And Andy Schultz, that's who it was. Yeah, you betcha.
Right.
So me being very intimate with that case, like the case body on it starts out at 500 thou, whereas the 260, the 308 family cases start out at 473 thou. So it's a little larger body diameter, so thusly you get more case capacity. And I shortened it up, basically made it the same length as the 6.5 Creedmoor, gave it a longer neck because I'd read a lot in the last 25 years about bench rest competition and all the things that they do for accuracy. I kept the 35-degree shoulder that was on the original 284 and 6.5 284. 6.5 284, we all know, at least the people who know about F class. 6.5 284 did excellent things in F class for several years. So what better case to start on?
No kidding.
Okay. Yeah. So we thought a longer neck to keep throat erosion at bay a little bit more, and that 35-degree shoulder would also help with that. So we ended up with, I was looking at what I had drawn out, and then I compared it to the 6.5 Creedmoor, and I'm like, oh, wait, these are the exact same lengths. Fuck it. I made mine 40 thou longer. Just cuts.
Okay.
So I got the reamer cut, and got the reamer cut, sent it off to Steve at EM Precision, and along
Who
with
did the reamer for you?
3 rifles. Dave Manson.
Okay.
In the States there, and I had it had the reamer in gauges in just a little longer than 3 months.
Okay.
And got some rifles chambered for it. Got 2 target rifles chambered for it, as well as one. We call it a fire forming rifle. It's fire forming / hunting rifle. It's the one you see.
That's the one right behind you. Yeah,
you
yeah.
betcha. Yeah, and proceeded to wait. wait, and then I finally got a 284 die cut down. See, the 6.5 Rooster is 302 thou short from the original 6.5 284 case.
Okay.
And really, that's all the changes there are, except for there's a little bit less body taper in the case. So it was doable with a shortened 284 die. Anyway, long story short, what our goal was with it was if we could take a 140 grain bullet and spit it out at 2,900, we'd call it a success. Because the 6.5 Creedmoor, to get 2,900, you got to push it pretty hard.
Yeah, you got to hot load that pretty easy.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do it, but
for
you
sure.
Just live with the shorter case life.
Yeah.
And there's so many guys out there that say, oh, I can get that. Right. But I'm getting 20 firings out of my case, and you're getting 3. So, I mean, you're using a different scorecard.
6 of one, half a dozen of another.
I suppose. Yeah, you betcha. Yeah. So what I've been getting with both Hodgdon 4831 and that's the shortcut version, and Reloader 26 is an easy 2960. I topped out. I got stiff bolt lift at about 3,030 feet per second with a 140. Yeah. Ooh. So I backed it down and getting 2960, and it's very happy there. And
nice.
Rooster, every time I listen to you talk bullets, I really
Todd Wilson, friend of the show. He says, shit, Rooster, every time I listen to you talk bullets, I realize how uneducated I am.
You know what? I got to try and be careful because I do get kind of nerdy.
We change their own, right?
Yeah,
it is what it is. But like listening to you go through the trials and tribulations of this cartridge, you know, like why would somebody pick a 6.5 Creed other than they're pretty homosexual? I'm just kidding.
Listen, there's not a damn thing wrong with it.
No,
not
you're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. And the ability the availability of factory ammunition and components
you bet.
is next to none. And it's ballistically, it's very comparable to a 308, if not better.
Oh, God, they're way better, man.
Yeah,
way
and like
better.
my new melee gun is a Savage Axis and 6.5 Creed. And
right.
You know, albeit I'm taking those shots at less than 200 yards, but that new gun I'm getting from EM Precision is in 6.5 Creed, and but for you to improve on it is phenomenal. And like you're pushing those, what'd you say, 140 grain?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
At 30-30?
No. That's where I topped out in testing. Right now, I'm shooting the 140 AMAX just because I have a bunch. I want to test the 142 Match Kings. I've been a ever since I got into 6.5s, those 142 Match Kings, I've been in love with.
Nice. Why is that?
They're so bloody accurate. They're not temperamental at all, and so jump tolerant. It's not even funny. Like Hornady, with their nose profile and the ogive that they have on it, can be a little bit finicky. And same with Berger's VLDs. So it's you've got to fiddle around with bullet seating depth to get it into a happy place. Like the good example is the 110 grain Sierra Match Kings in 6 mil. The Carey's Blueberry rifle there that I tested and did the load development for and did a review
6XC,
on.
Right?
Yeah, that's 6XC. That bugger.
Sexy.
It was a little bit tough initially to do load testing with it because that bullet is not nearly as jump tolerant as like the older Match Kings. Yeah, okay. It's got a different nose profile. It's a lot longer. The ballistic coefficient is fantastic. But it needs to be in a narrow, happy place in terms of jump. And that reamer that they have for the 6XC has a bit of a long throat, and it's I think it's made more for the 115 grain D-Tacs, and the D-Tac has different nose profile than the Match King, so that D-Tac will get out to engage those the rifling in the throat a lot easier than will the 110 grain Match King. So it's you got to fiddle around with it. The 142 grain Match Kings in a 6.5 never had any problem. I actually did tests in my old 260 because I shot for a long time. Started out at 5 thou off the lands, and it shot like crazy. And of course, the throat erodes over time, and accuracy really didn't change. And then I started chasing the lands, and then honestly, I ran out of mag length to get up against the lands or maintain that 5 thou off. So I thought, well, okay, I'm going to do some tests, do some that I can't load in the mag, but they're maintaining that 5 thou jump to the lands. See how that is. And I'm going to take them back to mag length or even shorter to see what it does. And you know what? Those Match King, those conventional Match Kings didn't make a lick of damn difference.
No.
So I want to see what they do in the 6.5 Rooster. And shit, I've taken those 142 Match Kings out to 1,500 yards at my range there quite easily. I mean, quite easily. With a 260. Well, yeah, with a 260 out of a 21 3/4 inch barrel, you got to be on your damn wind game.
For sure.
To hit that 21 inch plate out at 1,500 yards.
We're not going to be pushing the 1,500 plate at like that day I was there, or those 2 days,
right? With
18 mile an hour winds. Was it miles or kilometers?
Listen, miles. That
was insane.
If the winds are reasonably steady, it's not that big a deal.
No, you can compensate for it for sure.
It's like in my range, you know how it's set up. If the wind comes from the north where it's relatively open,
you're gold.
No big deal.
Yeah,
no big deal.
You're gold. When it comes from the south, yeah, it's that between those two bushes or those two. And it just picks up and it fucks the mirage fucks with you.
Absolutely,
and like
does, man. Yeah.
Even at like that day, it was what 25, 23 degrees outside with an 18 mile an hour wind. I think that's what Miles Kestrel was saying. And
well, it was over 30 kilometers.
Over 30 kilometers. It was cooking. And and we were still getting hits, and that's due to Miles calling out my wind. Like,
yep, that helps.
That boy is a fucking beauty. He gives her, but also he's been in those situations where it's life or death, and okay, that bush is moving this way a little bit. Sure. Okay, that's 14.
Yeah,
whatever, 14 kilometers,
right?
And then 100 meters downrange. That guy's giving her more. That's 18.
Well,
like,
talk to Jens.
Unreal.
Talk to Jens about our session last Saturday. We just had a short session. We went to noon 30, something like that. And
noon 30.
Yes,
that's a new term.
Not at all. If you're as old as I am, not at all. But it was really weird. We had a tailwind, and tailwinds often are some of the worst. Yeah. Because and Jens and I were sitting there talking on the bench. Jens still has trouble with his knees, so I did load development stuff with his 6.5 short action ultra mag, and after I was done there, okay, we're gonna shoot 6.5 Rooster and your 6x47 Lapua. So we're talking, and I said, okay, Jens, you see that grass out at 800, and it's snaking like this.
Like for sure.
Way. And it looks like it's directly behind us, and it's just a nice smooth this.
800. I'm trying to imagine
in the grass.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So the grass is doing this. I said, okay, you look beyond, and it's like 2 miles away, the tree line, and what's that mirage doing? Oh, well, it's sitting there going like this. Okay. Wait 3 seconds. And all of a sudden it just sits there and just nice and slowly. And then you go to shoot and it goes like this.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what really screws a fella up, because we were dancing around between like it was mostly about a 7 o'clock wind, but it would switch between 4 and 8. But most of the time it was coming.
Still, that 7 o'clock wind would fuck you up hard.
We're shooting east, and it was ever so slightly west northwest.
Okay.
So we're going anywhere, like especially once we got out to 1,050 yard plates out there.
Yeah.
We went from anywhere from 2.5 mil left hold to 1
left
full mil right hold. Yeah, absolutely. Because the wind is coming from 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And occasionally it would flip around to 8, giving you a little bit more push. And you're talking in little bullets. Jens is shooting a 108 burger, I believe it is.
Okay.
And
out of his deviant 6.5 by 40 or 6x47, right?
6x47, yeah. You betcha. That thing's a fucking gem, man.
Oh, I love it. That's that video that we have on our page right now of me smacking at 1050.
Right.
Like
that's right too.
Yeah. That white what should we call that thing? White lightning?
Oh, that thing's a stormtrooper.
Oh, well, sure.
What does he call it?
Stormtrooper, but we can actually hit stuff with it. So why would we call it a stormtrooper? We got to call it white lightning.
He calls it snowflake.
Snowflake, yes. That's it.
What was the cat on The Simpsons?
Oh God, I can't remember. Here, pull it up, Jamie.
Yeah. Jens, the Kestrel windage holds went from 0.8 right to 2.2 left in a second. Yeah, 105 burgers, he says. Yeah. So that's where those winds snowball up your ass can really snowball. That's it.
Snowball. That's the snowball. That's awesome.
Anyways, to kind of cut my lengthy shit short. The other thing I've been doing really is a little bit of 22 long rifle, and we're having a little bit of issue with Jens's 6.5 short action ultra mag. It's been a bugger to figure out. He ran into pressure. He's getting pressure, like everything that he reads, including George Gardner's stuff. Like George Gardner came out with the 6.5 short action ultra mag, and everything tells him he should be getting 3,080 feet per second with like 61 grains of H1000. He tried that in the beginning right away when he started. That seemed to be the ticket. Was going out all right. And then the next range session, he came out and he was blowing primers like crazy. Hornady brass, which didn't help.
No.
Pretty soft batch.
Okay, let's dive into that a little bit.
Sure.
Hornady brass.
Okay.
Generally a little less robust than, say...
Yeah.
What's the next best? Federal?
No, I wouldn't even class Federal with Hornady. Federal, you couldn't hardly give me Federal. Federal's okay for hunters. Load it twice and throw it away.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's ultra soft. Like when I put it through my trimmer, like I hand load for a couple of hunting buddies of mine.
Yeah.
And they bring me 308 Federal cases and I'm like, okay, I'll load this once. But throw it away after that. It's amazing the amount of material you trim off of those damn things after you size them, because it's such soft brass. And when you put it through the trimmer, it burrs up like crazy. It does. So it's soft enough that it doesn't cut well. It just burrs up, like it just moves material. And then you got to spend a lot of time on the with the deburring tools, taking that shit off. It's just so soft. And I don't know, maybe the Federal gold medal match is a little bit different. I don't know.
I doubt it. I really do.
I kind of doubt it too, but I don't know, so I can't say.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hornady, Jens, Hornady brass sucks. You know what? Generally speaking, Hornady brass does kind of suck. However, you get them in the smaller calibers like 223, 204, things like that. Where
but
they're
you're not
a smaller
dealing with a
vessel.
ton of pressures there, though.
Well, you can get the same pressures as
for sure,
as larger cartridges, but it's in a much smaller vessel. So it's how do I describe this? Quite often like you take ABS plastic pipe, say, and you take a 1/2 inch or a 3/4 inch piece of ABS and you try and bend it, and it's kind of stiff.
Yeah.
You take a say a 2-inch and you can get more out of it. And I think that's the same general principle with Hornady brass in larger calibers. Like those primer pockets will stretch out quite a bit, and you got to remember too, there's small rifle primers in 223, 204, all those cartridges. So I don't think they stretch as bad, and it doesn't seem as bad in those smaller cartridges.
So why Hornady though? Like, why is Hornady shittier? Let's put it that way.
Why is Hornady shittier?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just their particular brass recipe, or whoever they buy their brass material from. I suppose it's just different Brunel hardness.
Okay.
Maybe their chemistry in their brass is just a little bit different, that it's not as hard, or their process. Maybe they anneal it. Maybe they anneal, say, the whole case rather than, like the better brass manufacturers who, during their drawing process to make the cases, don't necessarily anneal the entire case. Or at least the final annealings. Leaving that head area.
We'll never know.
Hard. Yeah. Well, you won't know because none of those manufacturers will divulge that kind of information.
No, of course not.
Todd Todd says Hornady and Lapua. Todd, can you elaborate on that?
I definitely noticed there's more beefierness. Beefierness.
Yes, we'll go with that.
It's thicker, THICC, thicker than, say, some of the other brass I've dealt with. And like I've bought, I don't know, a couple hundred cases of 308 and a couple hundred 6.5 cases. There's definitely more rigidity.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's put it that way.
A little harder. Little little stiffer. It depends on what you're doing too. Like lots of guys that run F class, target rifle, all that, even PRS, they want to be able to beat the wind, so they need velocity. So they push it. They push it lots, right?
Oh, for sure.
So you need sturdy brass. The average hunter maybe doesn't need. Well, I would say definitely doesn't need that. There are some hunters who like to push velocities. And with hunters pushing velocities, it's a question of distance now. So in order to increase my maximum point blank range from say 240 yards out to 300 yards, so all I have to do is hold on that animal, I got to get some velocity. So I'm going to push it. And so listen, lots of hunters will lose their brass anyway, so they don't necessarily have to worry about keeping that brass to keep that lot in their rotation. Lots of them couldn't give a shit. Most of them, I think, couldn't give a shit. So it depends on application too, right? Jens says,
and that's it. It's all about application, and like
for sure.
Like I've got a ton of Hornady 270 because that's what I hunted with for the last 5 years.
Right, and how much do you have, and how often do you reload them?
Oh God, I've got probably 150 cases left, and I've reloaded 100.
Yeah,
so not a lot. Right?
So in an average weekend, if you go out and make a real weekend of it, you'll spit out 150 rounds, something like that. 100 rounds at least, doing PRS type stuff, or just smacking steel out there off the deck. So it's not
or bench,
right? So you're reloading that stuff a whole lot more than you are your hunting rifle.
Yeah,
your hunting rifle, if you go through 20 rounds a year, that's a hell of a lot of shooting, and you should at least have hopefully a half a dozen coyotes to your credit.
One would assume so, but I do not have that.
Along with a couple of deer.
yes. I have multiple deer to accommodate for that, but no.
Did you see Luke there?
Yeah, Luke. WTF, you guys trying to go earlier so I don't comment for once? No.
No,
we're trying to accommodate your big ass on the show.
That's right. You didn't have to set the alarm to get up to watch the show.
That's right. Well, we figured we'd go 7:30. Just I got no wife, no kids right now, so it's like, why not? Why not?
You know what? You know what's funny is Oscar texted me last weekend and last Sunday, and he says, "Man, you guys got to do earlier shows when I shoot IPSC because it's way too late. I haven't seen Oscar on yet."
Yeah. Well, we started 2 hours earlier, so.
So Todd, bought Hornady and Lapua. Price hurts on Lapua, but I'm assuming it's better brass. What's the difference between the large and small primer pockets? Well, Lapua is, for all intents and purposes, yes, better brass than Hornady for sure. Especially Todd, for what you're looking to do, the target rifle type thing and reloading it multiple times. The difference between large and small rifle or rifle primer pockets is primer choice, of course.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys say that you can run higher pressures and keep your primer pockets with the small primer pockets. So what that means is, because you've got a small primer in that pocket, you've got more meat around that hole. It takes more pressure to expand that meat, that brass, to loosen those pockets than it does with a large rifle primer. And back in the day, and going back to bench rest stuff again, the guys running 308 bench rest, they'd shoot the 130 grain bullets at 100 yards, like in tiny little groups like this. They also took those 308 cases and went down to 7 BR and 6 BR, I believe, because of the small primer pocket Palma 308 cases. They found better accuracy from those small primer pockets. So I think that's where the proliferation comes from. I know. You know what? I've had 1.5 beers and a half a glass of the blackberry whiskey, and I'm already Oh, look at you. Well, Sean's out.
Quarter gone, and then this is almost gone. Anyway, I digress.
The other thing is, Jens brings up a good point for Todd, is Lapua's consistency from piece to piece. Is much
their QA
tighter,
is much better for sure,
much tighter than Hornady. Hornady's like they're all mass produced, but
of course
the controls that they have during their production are much tighter at Lapua than they are at Hornady. Spudman 76. I like using Peterson brass for my 338 Lapua, just as good or better than Lapua in my opinion. I've heard that too. I don't have any personal experience with Peterson other than what Shane sent me for the 6XC testing. It seems to be pretty damn good brass, although I never reloaded it, any of them more than twice. Through my testing. How is that price for Peterson versus Lapua?
I would venture to say about the same.
Well, you know what? I can't remember. I saw at Extreme Range Outfitters, Ben had a box of, I believe it was 260 brass, and I think it was Peterson. And it was probably 60% more than Lapua brass. Yeah. So it better damn well be good.
No kidding.
Brass.
If it's 60%, better be 60% better in my opinion. Luke says, for my new sponsor build, I think you should still name that new rifle Frenchie. Fuck no.
Frenchie le pew pew.
Fuck no. I will call it the Frog before I call it the Frenchie.
Deal.
The Frog. It's not green though.
Holy smokes! There you go. So 50 brass for $150, or 100 Lapua for what? I didn't expect that.
No.
100 Lapua brass for 400 plus. Wait a second.
We'll have to try that out. Lapua, if you're listening.
That's
Peterson,
interesting.
If you're listening.
We could do a side by side in 6.5 Rooster.
Or 6.5 Creedmoor.
6.5 Creedmoor. We should.
There you go. Sure. We got the sponsor build for it, but anyway.
People say Peterson and Lapua are very close together in quality. Yeah, I've heard that too, Jens, for sure.
Same.
Gotcha.
But the problem is finding Peterson in Canada.
X Reload, I believe, is a good source.
Yeah. Ben can bring it. Ben and oh God, what am I saying? Ian Precision Rifles can bring it in too, but
right.
Nah, I don't
know. Don't you? No, you don't know.
I don't know shit. How about Michelle Rempel getting fucking lambasted?
Oh, we're gonna go there.
A goddamn dress. Like,
so what exactly was happening there?
Well, she wore a dress in the last sitting of Parliament, and she looked good. She looked really good.
Yep.
Like form-fitting. Yes, she had no sleeves, but regardless, she looked good, and she's getting shamed for it. And like, I quote, questions I wish I never had to answer on Twitter. Like, what is up with that? Like,
I don't know.
These guys can't. Yeah.
Not a Twitter herder.
Michelle, if you're listening, you do you, boo boo, and keep it going. Because, but she looks phenomenal, like a complete rocket, 10 out of 10 for sure, and she's getting shamed for it. Like, come on, just because she's not wearing sleeves. Like,
how about that for the progressive left? Hey,
oh, for sure, they'll. But because she's a conservative MP, she's getting shamed. And
well, look at what the Liberals did to their own people, their own women.
Oh, for sure.
Right? They alienated I don't know how many of them. So I guess if you're the opposition, well, but I mean, hey, because it's 2015, where did that go all of a sudden? Diversity and all that shit.
Out the window.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, okay. 100 pieces of 338 Lapua brass for $429.99.
At Tesco.
$430. Yokohama.
But
and he's
still.
saying, okay, Spudman's saying what? 50 pieces for $150. So $300 for 100 versus $430. Wowee.
Still too rich for my blood. Yeah.
Well, no kidding.
Totally.
I can't even afford the 338 bullets. 300 grain match games are over $100 now, I'm certain.
Oh.
For a box.
Unreal.
Yeah. I'm gonna have trouble shooting 22 long rifle here right away.
Well, and speaking of that, we've done some testing over the last 6 months in terms of 22. And like, I've got the Savage Mark II TR, and what are you running? A CZ 457?
452.
452. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're running SK or Ely? None of that.
None of them.
All right. Fuck me then.
Right. I did some testing, and I actually settled for, oh God, what is it? Just Federal. But
really,
yeah. Here I've got this.
Okay. Oh, look at that right group.
Which one? This? No.
Top. Your left. Top left.
My left. This one.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Look at
this
that.
Guy. So that was Blazer. Surprisingly.
Really?
Do you remember when we were talking with Rick?
Yes, I do.
So Rick was the guy saying that hello. Yeah, you start out with Blazer, see how it shoots, because that's kind of a standard. And then go from there. It shot okay. The Remington Golden Bullet, this group here didn't shoot with shit.
No, Golden Bullet doesn't shoot with shit anyway.
Here's Remington Target. Absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Now, if you go down here.
Oh, look at that.
So that's what I'm CCI standard velocity. These
really?
50 yards, yeah. Yeah. And further down, there's your SK match. Oops, sorry.
Wow.
See that? Yeah, it does all
That's still pretty tight.
And then SK long range. Pretty tight.
Long range is my go-to.
Is it?
Yeah.
So how can you argue with that?
You can't.
That's the standard velocity CCI. You know what the shitter is? So I bought a couple of boxes to test, and they shot like that. And I'm like, I'm done.
Done.
Went and bought 2 bricks. They don't shoot nearly the same.
Really?
Not nearly the same. Like they're not bad, but they're more like the Blazer. You know, they're in around that kind of inch at 50 yards rather than 5/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it was interesting.
Unreal. And that's out of the CZ, right?
It is, yeah. You betcha.
Crazy.
I gotta bed that little stock though at some point soon. So
yeah, that'll take it up a little bit. But
yeah.
What do you think of the Northern Rimfire series or whatever? With that coming out, have you heard of that? Well, Ryan at Cadex announced it on Slamfire on Thursday to compete directly with CRPS. And it's definitely intriguing, but it's more PRS,
I didn't realize that was coming here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I must have missed that on the podcast.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
No, Slamfire had it on. They had him on to announce it on Thursday.
Okay.
But it was just like, wow, like we got a lot of rimfire competition coming up here. Like,
and you know what? That's going to blow up like crazy, I think.
For sure.
That's the unlimited class and all that shit, right?
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
And like with the OIC, you're not going to see, those big bore rifles at King of 2 Miles, which, by the way, we're going to.
Yes, sir.
Which we have to change our hotel reservation because we're staying in Hannah, not Lethbridge. So that's quite the hike in the morning, unless we want to get up at 4 a.m.
Well,
sure. Okay.
Put on your big boy pants, son.
Let's do it. Let's go. Yeah.
Just as long as we get bacon and eggs somewhere before we hit the range.
We will definitely have bacon and eggs every goddamn day. But we are the official media outlet for King of 2 Miles in Canada this year. So your boy and I will be covering that TSN style. Pre-stage breakdowns, post-shooter breakdowns.
I can't wait to go and interview somebody that just did shit on a stage.
So,
what do you think went wrong there?
Yeah, so what happened there? Well, I didn't shoot as well as the next guy. I didn't score as well.
Yeah.
No
Please
kidding, right?
Out of my face.
No kidding. Well, sorry, bud. That's what you signed up for. Here you go. Answer the call, right? TSN Turning Point. FFP Turning Point. No, seriously, we are covering that TSN style. We will put it out as live video and YouTube, Facebook videos when we can. I am looking forward to that. That's going to be good fun.
Holy smokes.
It's going to be great.
That will be good fun. That's going to be a pile of fun covering that, just talking to all the guys and seeing what they're running for gear, seeing what some of their strategies are, and talking to the wind colors. That's what I'm really interested in.
That's where we're going to get the good content the wind callers. And we're going to say, hey, what did you see there? What happened?
And hopefully they're willing to talk rather than, well, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give any secrets away. I don't know whether that.
There's no secrets. It's.
Oh, there are secrets, man.
Well, but at the same time, you see a piece of grass move that way at fucking 1,700 meters. What do you see there? What happened? Walk us through that stage.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Sure.
And this is your. Anyway,
I'm interested to know who's going to be Steve's spotter.
Well, funny you say that. I said to Shane last night, because you have to register. You can't use the same wind spotter for multiple stages, apparently.
What?
And I said, you should call you should call Curt, because Kurt's going to be there. He's like, I never thought of that.
Yeah. So, hey, Sylvia says, this is going back a little bit, and we're sorry, folks, but projectiles for 338, 300 grain burger bullet are $150 for 100 rounds.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
$1.50 a piece.
Yeah.
Oh, Sil, even more food for thought for going to a 6.5. Like, my 223 Ackley is becoming more attractive all the time.
Oh, for sure.
Good God.
Well, $150 a round is insane.
That's wowie.
Especially since you're reloading.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what the factory's going to be like, Albeit you're not getting a bunch of burger factory, but
out of reach. Hey, and you know what? This this kind of brings up a good point, I suppose. We had some feedback when you put out there on Facebook, like, how do you guys like the new format and all that kind of stuff? And we had a few people reply to that, and personally about high end stuff, and we are talking a lot about expensive stuff, and here, like that. Good transition into this. A good part of the reason why we went into a lot of high-end manufacturer guests and all that kind of stuff is because of Sean's build. You know, like we had to pay homage to those guys that contributed. We're extremely grateful for those people, coming up, or
so grateful, like
for sure.
Like extreme. Sure. Oh, I cannot thank these guys enough.
Oh God, they really stepped up.
IBI, sure. KDEX, MDT, Trigger Tech, blah blah blah. Like it's just it never ends. Like
Insight Arms,
Insight, fucking EM Precision. Like it's unreal. Like
But you know what? It good points were brought up that those are all fine and dandy, and some people can afford them. And they're nice to look at and nice to dream about. Absolutely. So
I couldn't, for sure. I can't shell out $5 to $10 grand.
Sure.
For a fucking hammer like that. Like I can't. Like,
so Sean, how about like PRS and target rifles? Where do you go? Where do you start with?
What?
There's so many options.
For a budget build or for a
budget. Let's go every man.
Every man. Okay, first off, you have to set a budget. What can you afford? 100%. That's it. Hard line, you're not going above that. You can go under that, but
to set a hardline budget is pretty damn tough.
Yeah, but
you got to have a range, I would say.
Like for a budget PRS build, I would say $2,000 max budget. Like that's your go-to. And the first thing I would start with is an MDT ACC chassis.
Okay, so are we? Yeah. Okay, so go ahead with that. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. They're $400 Canadian shipped to your door. Plus, they fit multitudes of actions, and I would not go with a budget build that is not a Savage action.
Sorry, Sean, did you say ACC?
You
mean XRS?
No, XRS is $499 US.
Okay. But that's the complete system. Now the ACC might be what is it, $800? But then you got to buy the grip and the buttstock after that.
Well, yeah, it's not that bad. I'm on MDT's website. I would say ACC is your way to go. Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
LSS. LSS.
Yes. Okay.
The LSS is your way to go, and they fit, especially their Gen 2 system. Mm-hmm. They can fit Savage actions. They can fit 700 actions. They have the most wide range of actions you can fit. And I would say if you're going budget, wholeheartedly, Savage is your way to go.
Okay.
I would say. Yeah. Because they go from Mossberg MVP, which I was thinking of, comparative to 700 short action, Howa actions, Ruger actions, Savage actions, Teak actions. They have the most bang for your buck. It, in my opinion, but let's leave it at that. LSS Gen 2.
Sean, you gotta lay off the pink lady there. What the hell is that?
LSS Gen 2 is the way to go.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good platform. The other thing is that Oryx chassis. I think that's 400 or 429 or some darn thing. And they'll do a 700 footprint. They'll do a Howa footprint. I don't know if they're into Tika now or not, but it's It's a non-folder, non-adjustable length of pull, at least. I think there's a cheek riser adjustment on that. And it's, you know what? It's a pretty snazzy looking little chassis for that 4 1/4 or whatever the heck it is. Do you see a price on it there, Sean?
$399 US.
There you go. There you go. So near $500, I guess.
Very similar to the LSS.
Yeah. So it's there's an option there.
But if you're in Canada, support local MDT. I think this is the way to go. Sorry,
Adam Bremner. Oryx is ugly. Paint the goddamn thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, there's a couple of ways to go. You know what? I've never been a Savage lover, but that Savage 10, man, I have seen more of those goddamn rifles shoot than haven't. They just work. They're ugly. I don't like them.
Yeah,
they're
not
cheap.
pretty.
They're cheap. Listen, back in the day, and the day wasn't too long ago, like 2, 3, 4 years ago, you could get the damn things for $400 on sale. $400.
I know.
No, I don't imagine. But one particular good buddy of mine, that's what he started out with, 308, in a Savage 10 TR, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
And god damned if that thing didn't shoot. And not a stinking thing wrong with it. And I'm going to tell you right now, Steve Emblin with EM Precision, that's the way he started out. He's a lot like me. He's an anti-herd guy. And just because everybody was going 700 and whatever else, and, oh, you'll never get that Savage to shoot, he said, fuck you. I'm going to prove to you.
I'm going to shoot the shit out of this gun.
And he's got, I don't know how many Savages, and they bloody well shoot.
Sure.
Both stock and custom or semi-custom, whatever you want to call it. But, so there's those for somebody starting out in the precision game or even the hunting game. You really cannot go wrong with Savage.
No,
the other thing is. The other thing is Tikka. It's pretty hard to go wrong there. EM Precision is they're offering an upgrade package for Tikka rifles. So that I think should speak to the quality or at least the potential of those rifles. If they're offering an upgrade package, they spin a new barrel on. And maybe put a chassis on or something, some damn thing, maybe a trigger. I don't know exactly what they do anymore. I know Steve told me at one time, but they're a great starter too for not a whole lot of money. I think you can get a Varmint model for somewhere around $1,350 or some darn thing. I haven't checked for a while, but that's also a good option. The other one for me is the Howa. Now, I've been told that now the Howas they're made in Japan, so they're metric threads, so they're a bit of a bear to do that way. I've been told that they are a little bit tough to work on, but I know damn well out of the box and for the price tag that's on them, they're a very, very underrated gun. Oh, Sean's gone. Luke Godin heard the Savage 12 FV is getting good reviews. You know, the 12 FV I think is not old, but it's been around for quite a few years, Luke. They had it in 6.5 284, had it in 308, of course, and 22 250, I believe, is what they came out with for the longest time with those. And they got nice laminate stock on them, nice heavy wide beaver tail fore end on them. Like, I think the damn thing's 3 or 4 inches wide or some stupid thing. And I think it's a single shot. If I remember correctly, for the FV. And again, I've known guys shooting with them in F class that were very happy with them. Sean, where the hell did he go? Who's this? Luke 6'5" Creefmore? Good Lord. Luke, are you getting that the 12 FV is offered in 6'5" Creedmoor? If that's what you're saying, I don't know. 12 FV is a single shot, I think. Yeah. I think you're right, Spudman. Yeah, very good rifle. From what I've heard, I don't have any personal experience with them. But very reasonably priced from what I remember as well. Guy can get into that quite easily. It's
sure.
Hard. It's hard to beat those damn Savages for a budget rifle, honestly. Like the 10 TRs, they've got that shitty plastic stock, and they've got that active trigger that I really do not like. There's a reset issue with those damn things that I experienced several times with the one that Jens has, and I just wanted to pick that thing up and throw it into the friggin' grass. But you know what? It would shoot. And you know the thing with Jens's Savage 10? He was having issues with pressure again in his 308.
Okay.
And the target loads I had done up for my M14, which is 168 grain Match Kings, I said, hey, try these. Put him through them, and he printed a damn group at 100 yards like that in that rifle. Like, I'm out of here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and some of those Savage can shoot the lights out, but some of them are just dog shit. Like, it just depends.
Right? I haven't heard too many that were real dogs in terms of performance. Ugly, yes.
Yeah.
But
that action is smooth as butter. And like John's old Savage 223 that he sold me, that thing is amazing. Plus,
is that right?
That Savage 6.5s I picked up from Ben and Ian Precision.
Yeah,
that thing is amazing. I'm grouping this at 100, and albeit it's an Axis, it's probably 2 inches, but still, it'll kill a deer. Like, so
yes, sir.
That's what I got it for. So
Luke again here says that's what my budget. What with my budget got 12 FE 6.5 for his bill, or what my buddy got. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thinking of getting that Boyd stock with the adjustable butt stock and cheek rest.
With
you know what?
Savage,
I'm familiar with that.
You have to be very careful with Savage platforms because they're not bedded. Yeah, exactly. Well, that. Okay. And they're not bedded the same as, say, a 700.
Yeah. And get a free float that tang.
Well, that, and they have those 2 pins that essentially set the action on the stock, which is it's tough. And
I don't know.
You just got to be careful. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But a Boyd's for sure is not. You're not going wrong. But
do Boyd's have chassis? Luke?
No, I'm not sure. They might. Let me pull that shit up, Jamie. Let's see.
Here's a Boyd. Just a regular.
Oh yeah.
This belongs to a buddy of mine. I bedded 3 rifles for him here just recently.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's a cool color.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for 30-06, I believe.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm not sure they make chassis. Like, they have gun stocks coming up their ass, but
right. Yeah.
I'm not sure about chassis.
They're a pretty solid go-to.
For the dollar.
The dollar, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's gone up quite a bit. But it used to be, and it wasn't too long ago, you could get just about any stock there for $100 American.
Yeah.
And it was good that way. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, my custom gun.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
It's fucking cool, hey?
It is. You
we got a carbon fiber wrapped IBI barrel on a Cadex R7 Sheepdog action.
Wait a second.
Oh, what?
What was your first statement?
Isn't the barrel a carbon fiber barrel? I thought it was.
No, just fluted.
Never mind then. Just fluted IBI barrel. That's it.
Just.
Just.
Do you have a picture there? You should put it up.
Yes. Here, I have to pull it up first.
That thing is kind of sexy, and you know what?
It is so hot.
Fabian did a lot of masking work on those damn flutes.
Oh, I can imagine. Like, what funny. A dude, though. It looks amazing.
You know, if that were me, I did just spray the entire thing and then stuck the barrel back in the lathe, spun it up with some emery cloth on it to take it off.
For sure. Here, let me see if I can get we're gonna do banner. No, brand. There we go. Overlay. That's what I want. It's been a while since we've done this.
Yeah.
There we go. It's loading. Check out that beast. Look at that.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
Oh, fluted barrel, fluted bolt, large bolt handle, MDT XRS chassis. That barricade stop is going to be phenomenal. Oh,
you're gonna have to come up to the range. And,
well, definitely. I got to stretch its legs for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Like as soon as I get that thing, I'm coming up that Friday.
Hey, what dies are you gonna get? I know you don't have any yet.
Well, I don't know. I've been thinking about Hornady.
Yes. I'm going to say yes. Here. Here's their
wow.
What do they call it? Their competition set?
Is that what it is?
I can't remember, but it's micrometer top. This is for my 6.5x47. And you know what? I got this set, full length resizer with the micrometer top seater. Jens, what was it? From London?
Bullseye London?
Bullseye London, I believe it was. I think for 120 bucks, something like that. For the set. For the set, man.
Really?
And I'm happy with them. I've always been reasonably happy with all Hornady, like the custom die sets, just the regular dies. You always used to get for 45 bucks or whatever. But those competition die sets are good. What's this?
Well, we'll see. I don't know about the decapping system they've got. I don't like it.
Why is that?
Well, that special thread they have on. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I pulled through. Well, albeit I was using Hornady one shot when I was decapping a ton.
Yeah.
For 223, but I was sticking cases through and through with that, and it was gross. Like,
okay, so mistake number one, and I know Shane is going to argue with me about this. Don't use Hornady one shot.
Yeah,
you know what, the alcohol flashes off it too fast, and it doesn't leave enough lanolin deposit on it. It's just too goddamn dry. Here.
I guess, but yeah,
that's what you need right there.
Yeah, I've been told that.
Yeah. And I would do it, especially for your 6.5 Creedmoor.
Oh, definitely. Well, whereas I'm not loading for volume, I'm loading for quality, right?
Right.
So
you won't be disappointed going to that sizing wax.
No,
trust me. I have a whole shelf back there of different lubes, and this is still
Curt likes his lubes.
Darn right I do, folks. So what are you going to shoot in that thing? So what's your plan for ammunition for that rifle? Now that we've got the dies sorted out, you're going to buy Hornady.
Well, I was going to test. Well, we'll see.
Sean.
I suck at life. I'm so sorry. I was gonna see what type of deal TNT gives me on dies, and based on that, I'm gonna go anywhere between 129 grain and 140 grain.
Right.
And I'm gonna trial the bitch out because I'm not gonna go hunting with it. It's gonna be my PRS rig. So I want to see what it groups at the best and go from there. So we'll see.
So have you done any pricing or anything on projectiles for 6.5 lately?
No.
I haven't personally.
No.
I know the 143 ELDX are fairly pricey. The 147 ELDM Hornady are a little bit less. I don't know what they're up to now. I know like the 142 Match Kings that I love so much, they're somewhere around $65 a box now, which is just fucking insane. The 140 grain Burger hybrids are even more than that. I think they're creeping into the $75 range for 100 pieces.
Well, my buddy Ray, I'm on Wasp Munitions website right now.
Okay.
And that's my buddy Ray Stewart out in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. He's got 140 grain 6.5 Hornady match for $45 per 100.
Say that again.
Okay, Hornady match 264, whatever that means, 264 diameter. Yeah. 140 grain hollow point bowtail.
Okay. Yeah.
$100 per box for 45 or 100 per box.
Yeah.
$45 per 100.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah.
That's excellent price, honestly. And you know what? Those bullets are good. I shot a lot of them out of the 260 Ackley, and they performed almost as well as the 142 grain Match Kings that I was shooting regularly. So I wouldn't hesitate at all. The bowtail hollow point Hornadies are the 75 grainers are what I shoot in my 223 Ackley. Perfectly happy with them. Perfectly happy. I didn't realize it. Where is that?
Wasp. WASP Wasp Munitions out of Sylvan Lake, Alberta. Then we got budget shooter supply. Budget shooter supply.
Jesus, man.
Budget shooter supply. Hornady Interlock 264 6.5 140 grain Spire Point for $42.50 per 100. We got Lapua 6.5 139 grain HPBT bullets.
Yeah, those are great.
$65 per 100.
Yeah, they are great, Sean. You pay for them, but those Lapua CNRs are a great CNRs. The 139s, the 123s, the 136s, 139s, all of which I've tested out of the 6.5 by 47.
So what sort of velocity? Okay, so say I go with the Lapua 6.5 139 grain HPBT CNRs.
Yes.
What am I getting for velocities? Depending on my recipe, like
for your 6.5 Creedmoor, should be just right around that 2,800 feet per second range. I believe is
completely fine.
Yeah, listen, elevation is easily accounted for. Your trajectory is easily accounted for
sure.
Windage, wind effects is where you're going to run into trouble. That's where you need practice. That's where you need the cheaper $45 140 bowtail hollow points for wind practice, because they shoot accurately enough that in good condition you'll make hits a long way out there. It's the wind practice that
makes a difference.
We've proven that you can get to 1,050 yards without too much problem. Right?
No,
we've seen that at my range. What you need now is to learn what wind does. So those cheaper bullets at $45 per 100.
Yep.
Buy a bunch of them.
I wonder if I could take a call sign 66 windage course.
You probably could.
Probably.
Probably learn a whole bunch.
Bullseye London has 264 6.5 ELD match bullets for $54.99. Let's just take a gander. Let's dive a little deeper into that. What is the weight though? 130 grain. So polymer tipped, boat tail. I don't know. That's not bad. $55, 100. I'm waiting for that Black Hills though from Gothic Line.
You know what? I think what did I tell you before? Get a hold of Ryan and Rob there.
Yep.
And
already done.
Get 200 rounds of that Black Hills. And I think that's pretty good brass too.
Yeah.
And go with
we'll see. I might have to bring it over and we might have to give that Black Hills brass a good once over, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Come to my basement, my reloading room, my Shangri-La, my rifle Shangri-La.
I was saying I had an image of what is it? 50 Shades of Grey. Come to my basement. my pleasure room.
I'll hang the paddles up right back there.
We will reload all night.
I'll paddle you with the precision targets there.
Now, what would be my go-to powder for that, though?
Hodgdon 4350.
You think?
Question.
You think?
42 grains, 42.
What if I went like a 4831 shortcut?
No,
get that thing fucking
you would
popping.
be stupid to do that.
Why?
Because it's too damn slow.
Too slow.
Too slow.
Ugh.
Too slow, like your reactions right now after having drunk.
Too slow. How dare you say my reactions are slow? Sorry, guy. It's not often my wife and kid take off for the week or weekend.
So, with regard to low development for that thing, and me and herds, I don't like them, but for low development for rifles as common as a 6.5 Creedmoor, you really shouldn't stray from the herd too much because it's been so proven time and
for sure.
Hodgdon 4350, somewhere between 42 and 42 and a half grains, and you will find money quite easily.
I don't know about finding money. I will get hits. It'll cost me money. But we will get there.
You know what I'm saying, you silly son of a bitch.
Well, and Shane shipped it out today. And when I get it, I got to mount that Athlon 5-25 minus tack on it. And I will bring it up the weekend you're free, and we will have to stretch its legs a fair amount. And let's go from there. So, that's a loaded question, Luke. It depends.
What do you call long range? Spudman's going on here about 1 power per 100 yards, in my opinion. So
nah, it's okay. So I went coming from the blaster world. Okay, going from a 1 to 4 to 1 to 6, and then coming to your range, where I had a 4 to 16 and a 5 to 25 in terms of magnification. I would go with the more magnification all day. Yeah. As long as you have proper sight picture and you can dial it up and dial it down as you need.
Right. You can always dial back.
Yep.
Like buy a pair of bigger pants. You can always put a belt. You can always put a belt on them, right?
Well, depending on us fat guys, yes.
Never mind. Let's that. Stop running yourself down, my man.
But yes, you are correct. You can always put a belt on, and same goes for magnification.
Well,
but it's not all about magnification. It's about clarity of your optic.
Well, the ability to resolve an image at whatever range you need to. That's the biggest thing. Glass quality comes into play so much. I used to have Leopold Mark IV, 4.5 to 14. I put it on several rifles, including my M14 that I would take out to 640 yards. Did quite well. To take a rifle with that scope on it, topped out at 14 power, out to 1,050, works. It straight out works. Can you pick a spot on that plate at 1,050? Not very easily.
No.
You might be able to pick a corner. If you've got a 12-inch plate at 1,050 yards, like out at my range, you can hold on a corner, which is a great hold, because you've got your vertical and horizontal, and you know where that son of a gun is, rather than floating around in the middle, right?
For sure.
Totally doable. And in instances where there's a lot of mirage in that, you won't get above 14 with good image quality anyway. I've got the Bushnell ERS and DMR scopes. They go up to 21, and lots of times, especially on a hotter day, when all that heat is coming up from the ground, and all you see a target out there, and it's doing this.
Yeah.
Like, where the hell do you hold on it? So you dial it back to 13, 14, 15, something like that. And totally, you can make hits all day, as long as you're calling the wind right and all that kind of stuff. So
that's a two-person job, though.
Yes and no. It's totally doable by yourself, but you have to have good recoil management to spot your own hits, even at that range. But in those conditions, it gets really difficult. I don't care whether you're spotter or shooter. Pick up any splash with heavy mirage. It's tough to do.
You're up shit creek without a paddle, if you will.
Yeah, with a spoon.
You're just giving her a fucking.
One power per 100 yards leaves you at 10 power at 1,000. Man, you're a pretty damn good shooter if you can smack a 12-inch plate at 1,000 yards with a 10 power topped out scope.
Yeah,
you're probably better than I am. Good chance, in fact.
Let's not go too far.
Yeah. So, Luke, like the scopes that I have, the Bushnells top out at 21. Many scopes, including the Night Force and the Night Force, I think, go up to 22 or 25. I'm not sure which models do.
Yeah.
The Schmidt and Benders go up to 25. Jens has a couple of them, and I'm sure that's what they go to. It's awesome to have that much magnification. And if you've got a ton of magnification, doesn't mean you have to use it all, right? And you get into unfavorable conditions, and you can always dial it back.
Always. And especially if you're having improper target acquisition, you can dial it back, no problem. And
now, that said, if we talk about budget and magnification available, in your budget bracket, I would choose a lower power scope with better glass than a more powerful scope with worse glass. All day, every day.
Yep. I would agree.
Yep.
And I've spent a lot of money on shittier glass with higher power scopes.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of us have, Sean. This guy goes up to 30. It's got to be good.
Yeah. And I spend less money, right?
Yeah. Even if the image is shittier, I can get it closer.
But when I compare
like this.
Well, yeah. Like when I compare my Bushnell AR optics, $210 fucking whatever, 4-16 by 44, comparative to my Athlon 5-25 minus tack.
Yeah.
It's night and day. It's so different. And Yeah, you buy once, cry. What's the?
Buy once, cry once. Let me help you with
that's
that.
it. Buy once, cry once.
You're really on a runaway weekend, hey?
I'm gone.
Mama and the kid.
We gotta wrap this up. Fuck, I'm fucked. It is not often that my wife goes away for the weekend, and I am 226s down and a bunch of beers down. So anyway,
we're at an hour and a half. I didn't even realize that.
We've been talking for a while, and I even took a piss break.
Is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm like. Hold on, I'll be right back. And I went to a quick piss and came back. But
all right.
But no, it was just we figured we should kind of catch up. Bullshit about nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know what? We haven't done this in a while. We've been talking with guests and that, and
it's the Friends episode. No, we haven't the Seinfeld. We are the Seinfeld episode right now. For sure. Well, and it's good to just bullshit. You just kind of go with the flow and
for sure
not have to worry about, this is what these guys are selling or this is what this is selling, which is good because we definitely want to highlight Canadian firearms businesses, right?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah. At the same time, it's good for us to just talk about nothing, which is awesome. So,
hey, you know what? Backing up a bit, I'm sorry to ruin.
You're good.
Mojo,
You're good.
But Jens brings up an incredibly important point here. It's important how it tracks adjustments.
Absolutely.
So true.
More so than the quality of the glass, in my opinion.
Well, and again, depends on application. If you're trying to reach out to 800 and 1,000 yards, then that gets pretty damn important for sure. And I don't care what kind of image you resolve. If it doesn't track in the right place, you're not hitting shit anyway.
That's right.
So, yeah. Do those tall target tests, boys and girls. Those girls that are listening. Wait.
Yeah, all 7 of you.
Apparently. Total. So apparently nobody likes to hear us sit and bullshit together.
Just bullshit.
Yeah. 7
it's live. Right, we also went earlier too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But still.
Yeah, you betcha. You know what? It's good to have those guests on. It's good to I think look at different products and see what the industry's doing and all that kind of stuff. But I think people get a little bit tired of it. It always sounds like an advertisement, I think.
Oh, definitely.
After
and that's one of the main reasons we stopped. Not stopped, but put the pause on. Yes.
What's up for next week? Have we decided? We really haven't decided yet. You know what? John Gormley. We've talked about that. We should try and get that guy on again. Try again, I mean.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's more than willing. He's still working from home, and he's going through a lot of stuff with, the new provincial CFO, and in terms of firearms, that's about it. But I'd love to have him on to talk about what he thinks of the whole situation.
We need to, my opinion, we need to have Quick Dick back on again in a more controlled manner because, man, we talked over him a lot. Which is a shame because that son of a bitch can talk.
Oh, definitely. We all can talk.
Yeah.
It's just we have to control it more. And what do you guys want to see? And that's just not drunk Sean drunk Sean talking. Genuinely, what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see more firearm manufacturers? Do you want to see more personalities? Do you want what do you want? Because I will get it. Sean is your go-to guy.
Do we want to see John?
Yeah. Do you want to see John Rogers have a comeback? I would.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
That would be amazing.
I don't think we can do that yet.
I miss that ball fucker and his laugh.
That infectious laugh, that guy. God. And he can talk.
That guy to death. Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha. Well, not for now. Unfortunately, life stuff is taking him away from us.
Yeah. Life happens, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, he'll be back someday. God
bless him. Big bastard.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of big bastards, we're gonna call her quits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary Phil from MPA, George Garner. Oh, we can go forever. I've got works in with Pat McNamara right now.
Are you talking to him again?
Oh, he just got canceled.
What?
The libtards canceled him. So
How? Okay, what happened there?
they shut him down.
For what?
Workout videos, his basic dude stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck them.
Check him out.
Seriously. Oh my god.
That's exactly what I said. And check him out. Patrick McNamara 1 on Instagram. The guy is a beauty. So check him out. Rebecca McNamara is his wife. Check him out. Yeah. We'll go
Jens says Colin. How do you say his name?
It's Coleon.
Coleon
Noir, and that's not his actual name.
Sounds like a fucking pirate.
Yeah, definitely. But he's not a pirate. He's a lawyer in Dallas. And the pan is in the fire. Let's put it that way. Adriel would love to come on the show. Sean cannot be loaded for that episode.
No.
Because Adriel would talk circles around me.
He will anyway, but...
well, for sure.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, for sure.
Adriel, we can get Trevor Furlot on. We should get Kelly on from Project Maple Seed.
You know what? We considered getting Kelly on with the... oh my god, the Lady Guns girls.
Yeah, Lady Guns.
That was a great episode. Hey?
That was a good episode.
I love that one.
But yeah, we got a lot of pans in the fire. If you guys want to hear something, let us know. The black colon, Luke. Of course, Luke says a black colon. Anyway, but yeah,
all right.
Well, that was fun. Hour and a half. Sean is drunk.
Yeah, you are, buddy. Holy smokers!
Hey, at least I did an Irish goodbye tonight.
You know, at least I waited till after the show. That's me. I
am very close right now,
and then all of a sudden, boom. Yeah,
I'm very close. Anyway, check out EM Precision Rifles. Check out their builds. Look at our build, because Jesus Christ, that thing is a piece of fucking art.
It is.
Bolt Action Coffee, right here. Whoa, where am I going? Right there. I got it above my 1911s there. Yeah. Check them out. They got a ton of coffee there. Good coffee.
Come on.
You got a ton of coffee. Curt, give them a fucking sales pitch for Bolt Action.
I'm sorry. I've been distracted by my girlfriend. She's come home from the night.
Of course you are. What's up, Nancy?
Gorgeous. Bolt Action Coffee. Get some.
Yeah. Use code First Focal Plane, all capital letters. First Focal Plane. You get 10% off. Who wants to pay government theft? Go from there. Check out EM Precision Rifles, emprifles.ca. What else? Call sign 66. Check out those boys. Learn to read wind.
Hey, they're out in Alberta, September.
Yeah, we shared it on our Facebook page. They're Rob and Ryan, I should say, from Gothic Line Armory, sponsored a course out there. They got a wind course going on. I think it's a wind course, or is it a PRS course? I don't know.
No, I think it's a wind course, September 5th and 6th.
Yeah, there you go. So check them out. They have a couple spots open still. Yeah, mention us and we might buy you beer.
2 spots is what they have left open.
2,
I believe. Yes.
Hey,
yeah, that's the last I heard anyway. So yeah, that's terribly invaluable course. They were out here at my range last year doing a wind course plus another long range precision course. So they're out here twice last year. That wind course is invaluable. If you're going to shoot long, that information is gold, absolute gold. So
what does it cost?
Again, I don't know. I believe it was $800.
No, it's not a wind course. Rob says it's a precision and accuracy course. So,
okay,
fundamentals, which you fuckers need.
As do you.
Everybody needs.
As do you.
For sure. We all do. We all need to get our fundamentals down.
Well, hey, it's not like riding a bike.
It's not.
Like putting the goddamn bike together and then riding it all over again. If you let it lapse, that's the big thing for sure.
For sure. So
great.
Check them out. Callsign66.ca. Gothic Line Armory. Rob, I don't know your website, so share it on our page. We will share it.
Use the Googler machine.
Yeah, use the Googler. Yeah.
Okay, get off the air, Sean.
Thanks, guys. I'm drunk as fuck. I'm gonna go.
Love you guys. Shit. See you next week.
Stay deadly.